It's called My Ash. They cut down my tree today, where I'd climb up and feel the breeze, where I'd climb up and read, where I'd climb up and be. It needed to come down. Those emerald bugs killed it. They left pretty little squiggly scars under the bark. I always liked emeralds, but now I think I like them a little less. I didn't think I'd cry about that. People don't like to talk about it too much. Too much guilt and shame. Children ripped from mothers and force-fed a white education. This land already had a people when the Europeans came. Keeping the Peta Wakan, sacred fire aflame, prayer and ritual bring them close to creation. The Oceti Sakowin, let us say their name. Ugly history should make us feel uncomfortable. That's the aim. Doing better in the future is our obligation. This land already had a people when the Europeans came. The Oceti Sakowin, let us say their name.
I'll start with this one. It's because I see my mom in the building. I just started this one, so I'm finished. But we're just gonna go with it because it's new things. Let's go. My parents always had me say hello and goodbye to everyone when entering and exiting any space. Even if I was only there for a second, so seconds turn into minutes, and minutes turn into life questions. And no tia, I still don't have a girlfriend yet. And no abuela, I am not flunking out of school, I promise. Side hugs from drunk brother-in-laws and awkward waves to sister. And honestly, I might as well not go home if I want to save time. But I put my greeting hand out of my pocket and gave every hug requested because even though I hated doing it, it let my soul know that it was never truly alone. That family goes beyond skin, exists outside of me, and even if I hated doing it, I would do it anyways. I didn't have a finish for that. I just didn't love it. Anyways, we're gonna go with it.
The gift of life. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. The sound of my heart. The sound of my failing heart. Years of appointments, years of disappointments. I lost my energy. I can't keep up. I'm not myself. The gift of life may be up. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom. It's a simple question, no or yes. Do you want to be an organ donor? For you, it may not seem like a lot, but for me, that simple yes is what gave him another chance to give one last gift. God called him home and said, I have one more plan for you. A match. Two people meant to be, but not together. A match. A donor match. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. He's given me a second chance at life. He gave me his last gift. We all live and we all die. But once you die, how can you give that life again? The gift of life. Boom, 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 boom.
67. Off to Iowa State with motor revving. Mom's not here, coast is clear. This is fun, I must be in heaven. Then I met this pretty little thing. She said, straighten up, this is no one-night fling. So I got good grades, no more panty raids, and I'm proud to say that to this day, she still wears my ring. Montana is where we first called home. Yes, out where the buffalo roam. Raising chickens and ducks called pecans, but at last we felt so alone. Back to Iowa we moved, our future was quite murky. Job offers were slim and some kind of quirky. All said and done, I chose the one where I'd spend my life raising turkeys. For 25 years I raised the big lugs, then on my heartstrings I felt gentle tugs. There must be more, so I walked out the door and I started selling animal health drugs. Remember that sweet little thing from before? She raised 3 kids and got them out the door. On their feet they did land, gave me 6 more kids, which are grand. Of each I'm so proud and could not ask for more. Now it's 50 plus years since 67, I'm still charged up and motor's still revving. Except my mission is to keep on fishing. Retirement's fun, I must be in heaven.
I'll tell you goodbye one day at a time, and treasure each hour and moment that's mine. Each day that you know me will bring me great joy. I'll hold your hand when you feel like a lost little boy. All transgressions forgiven and tucked out of sight, replaced by pure love in its radiant light. I'll whisper, I love you, and hope that you hear, and my love helps you face the end without fear. I'll try to be strong, Dad, as you've been for me, till God comes and sets your worn spirit free. But until then, I'll tell you goodbye one day at a time, and treasure each hour and moment that's mine.
Because I don't write poetry. But I think they were a little panicky at the beginning as to whether there would anybody show up or not. So they said, who do they have that has a loud mouth that will actually be dumb enough to do something? And they thought of me, so here I am. So I'm gonna read for you poetry by other people, all right? Now I like to think of myself as more of a consumer of poetry rather than a creator. And as you can tell, I consume a lot in terms of things that are there. But when I do poetry, I can't read a lot of poetry at one time. I need to sort of just read one and sort of think about it as far as all that goes. But when I do, I like to find poems that really talk to me, that tell me things that are there. I am not a native of Iowa, but even though I've lived here more than 25 years, it has changed my vocabulary in many ways, particularly in the area of weather, all right? And since I live now in Iowa, I appreciate spring more than I ever have before in my entire life in terms of that. And so I'd like to read a poem by Robert Frost that's called A Prayer in Spring. Oh, give us pleasure in the flowers today, and give us not to think so far away as the uncertain harvest. Keep us here all simple in the springing of the year. Oh, give us pleasure in the orchard white like nothing else by day, like ghosts at night, and make us happy in the happy bees that swarm dilating round the perfect trees. And make us happy in the darting bird that suddenly above the bees is heard. The meteor that thrusts in with needle bill and off a blossom in mid-air stands still. For this is love and nothing else is love, the which is reserved for God above to sanctify to what far ends he will, but which it only needs that we fulfill.
Project where he's a jogger, a runner, and he is visiting all and wanting to write a poem about all 99 counties in Iowa. So, and he's got 95 so far, and he's also writing poems about communities. In fact, he was just jogging in Quimby the other day, I saw on his Facebook page, and he does photography as well. If you're interested in some of his work, his Facebook page is called Iowa Scenic Views by Foot. So he sent me one he wrote in August of 2018 called Thoughts Running Through Lakeside, Iowa, Buena Vista County. Heading out the door for my run on this brisk August morning, en route of the opposite direction around the lake than just the other day. More like into the city lakeside known for best little city by a dam site. Drifting off mentally down the path in front of me, the cool breeze from the water can be felt striding between the houses in this quiet residential neighborhood. Taking note, soybeans are growing to my left, corn almost as tall as I am in the distance, alongside the moon slowly disintegrating into the clear blue sky. Clearly it was fully shaped just the other day. Now with sun behind me giving me the strength through this short hour, yet empowering run, chuckling to myself, this is Northwest Iowa for you.
I'll tell you goodbye one day at a time and treasure each hour and moment that's mine. Each day that you know me will bring me great joy. I'll hold your hand when you feel like a lost little boy. All transgressions forgiven and tucked out of sight, replaced by pure love in its radiant light. I'll whisper, I love you, and hope that you hear. And my love helps you face the end without fear. I'll try to be strong, Dad, as you've been for me, till God comes and sets your worn spirit free. But until then, I'll tell you goodbye one day at a time, and treasure each hour and moment that's mine.
Days made me laugh and snicker and feel sad in places too, and it just always does move me, and this is why I love my work as an editor, as I get the poems in, and you know, as we make our selections and put them into anthologies, and all these voices, the poetic voices from across the state are truly amazing and contribute to our mission of helping to spread the word, to help poets across the state to get their voices heard. So I think that's very important. And by the way, after Ashley read her poem at our Poetry on the Prairie last November, I went home and I looked up to see what native land we were sitting on. I mean, I was just quite moved by her philanthropy, and I wanted to find it out as well. We're also on land that belonged to the Ocheti-Sakowin. So it was, as I said, moving. And Amy asked me to share for a moment about chapbooks, because